Ever pondered about the wealthiest individuals who ever walked the earth? Today we're delving into the annals of history to discover the top 10 richest people of all time. Wealth, a fascinating concept, has been a driving force for civilizations, shaping societies and birthing empires. Even more captivating is the intersection of wealth and history. As we traverse the timeline of humanity, we encounter figures of immense wealth, their fortunes so staggering that they boggle the mind. To bring these figures into perspective, we've undertaken the task of estimating their wealth in today's dollars, considering inflation, historical economic conditions, and other relevant factors. From conquerors to innovators, these individuals have amassed fortunes that have left indelible marks on the world. So gather your curiosity and prepare to be amazed as we unveil the titans of wealth from our past. Buckle up as we embark on a journey through time, exploring the opulence of the ages. Taking the 10th spot is none other than Genghis Khan, the Mongolian warrior who established the largest contiguous empire in history. Born in the 12th century, Genghis Khan's life was a whirlwind of audacious military campaigns and strategic conquests. His empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, covering a staggering 24 million square kilometers. But how did Genghis Khan amass his wealth? Well, his strategy was simple and brutal: conquer and plunder. As his empire expanded, so did his coffers. From the riches of the Silk Road to the spoils of vanquished kingdoms, Genghis Khan's wealth accumulated at an extraordinary pace. His fortune was so vast that it's estimated to be around $100 billion in today's money. Though he lived in a time far removed from ours, his wealth remains a testament to the power and reach of his empire. Genghis Khan, a conqueror who knew the value of the spoils of war. At number 9, we meet a contemporary figure, Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft. Not just a name that rings a bell, but a name that echoes through the corridors of technology, innovation, and philanthropy. Gates is best known for establishing Microsoft in 1975, a company that would go on to revolutionize the world of personal computing. But his influence doesn't stop at software. Gates pivoted his focus towards philanthropy, co-founding the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in the year 2000. This foundation is a beacon of hope, tackling critical issues like health and education on a global stage. And what about his wealth, you ask? With an estimated net worth of $124 billion, Gates is undoubtedly one of the wealthiest individuals alive. But remember, it's not just about the money, it's about the impact. Bill Gates, a tech titan who transformed the world of computing. From modern tech to medieval riches, at number 8 we have Alan Rufus. Born to a noble family in the 11th century, Rufus was not just a military adventurer, but a savvy businessman. He played a key role in the Norman conquest of England, a historical event that changed the course of the country forever. But his prowess wasn't limited to the battlefield. Rufus saw the potential in the newly conquered land and made strategic investments, acquiring vast estates and properties. He erected castles, built towns, and even established markets, amassing a colossal fortune in the process. In today's dollars, it's estimated that Rufus's wealth would be around $178.65 billion. That's right, billion with a B. Just imagine the influence and power he wielded in his time. Alan Rufus, a noble who made a fortune in a time of kings and knights. Coming at number 7 is John D. Rockefeller, the oil magnate. Born in the mid-19th century, Rockefeller's name has become synonymous with unimaginable wealth. This industrious individual co-founded Standard Oil, a company that grew to control most of the oil refineries in the United States. Through various business strategies, including the controversial practice of monopolization, Rockefeller managed to amass a fortune that is staggering even by today's standards. His wealth, when adjusted to today's dollar value, is estimated at a jaw-dropping $418 billion. This makes him one of the richest people in the history of the world. But Rockefeller's life wasn't just about accumulating wealth. He was also a philanthropist, establishing numerous foundations that continue to contribute to society to this day. A titan of industry, a master of the oil trade, and a philanthropist at heart, John D. Rockefeller's story is a testament to the immense possibilities of the American dream. John D. Rockefeller, a man who struck black gold. Our 6th spot goes to Andrew Carnegie, the steel tycoon. A man of humble beginnings, Carnegie was a Scottish immigrant who went from working in a cotton factory to becoming the kingpin of the steel industry in the United States. He played a pivotal role in shaping the steel industry, transforming it into a powerhouse that drove America's Industrial Revolution. But Carnegie was not just a businessman. He was also a philanthropist of note. He believed that the wealthy had a moral obligation to give back to society, and he certainly practiced what he preached. Over his lifetime, Carnegie donated an astonishing 90% of his wealth to various charitable causes, including education and libraries. In today's dollars, Carnegie's fortune would be an estimated $372 billion, making him one of the wealthiest individuals in history. Yet his legacy isn't just about money. It's about his contributions to industry and his commitment to philanthropy. Andrew Carnegie, a man of steel with a heart of gold. At number 5, we encounter Joseph Stalin, the controversial Soviet leader. Stalin's reign, albeit marked by terror and repression, saw the Soviet Union transform from a peasant society into an industrial and military superpower. Yet this transformation was fueled by wealth, a wealth that Stalin controlled. As the leader, Stalin had unchecked command over the Soviet Union's resources and finances, making him in effect the wealthiest person in the country. It's crucial to remember, though, that this wealth wasn't his personally. It was the wealth of the state that he managed and controlled meticulously. Estimating the wealth of a nation's leader can be tricky. But if we were to convert the Soviet Union's GDP at its height under Stalin's rule into today's dollars, the figure would be a staggering $7.5 trillion. Joseph Stalin, a leader who controlled an empire's wealth. A controversial figure who, despite his actions, indelibly shaped the course of history. In the 4th place, we meet Akbar I, the emperor of India's Mughal dynasty. From the years 1556 to 1605, Akbar the Great, as he was often referred to, reigned over an empire that extended across much of the Indian subcontinent. His reign was marked by military conquests, architectural marvels, and a distinct cultural fusion that left an indelible mark on the pages of history. Now let's talk numbers. It's estimated that Akbar's wealth would translate to an astounding $21 trillion in today's money. Yes, you heard it right. Trillion with a T. This colossal wealth was amassed largely through the empire's booming economy, bolstered by trade, agriculture, and a well-managed system of taxation. His riches funded grand architectural projects, patronized the arts and culture, and sustained a period of prosperity and peace. Akbar I, an emperor whose wealth was as grand as his empire. Our 3rd spot goes to Emperor Shenzong, the ruler of China's Song dynasty. This remarkable emperor reigned from 1067 to 1085, ushering in a period of prosperity and innovation that still influences China today. Known as the Song Renzong in Chinese history, Shenzong's rule was marked by significant reforms, advancements in technology, and a booming economy. His reign saw the introduction of the world's first government-issued paper money, a revolutionary development that fueled the growth of the Chinese economy. But what makes Emperor Shenzong truly stand out on our list is his astonishing wealth. With the robust economy and vast resources of the Song dynasty at his disposal, it's estimated that Shenzong's wealth could be worth an eye-popping $30 trillion in today's money. To put it into perspective, that's more than the combined wealth of all the billionaires on the planet. Emperor Shenzong, a ruler whose wealth matched the greatness of his dynasty. In the 2nd place, we have the Roman Emperor Augustus Caesar. Known as the founder of the Roman Empire and its first emperor, Augustus Caesar reigned from 27 BC until his death in AD 14. His reign brought about an era of relative peace known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace, lasting over 2 centuries. Augustus Caesar wasn't just a powerful ruler, he was also an enormously wealthy one. His personal wealth is estimated to be around $4.6 trillion in today's terms. How did he amass such a fortune? Well, he had complete control over Egypt, which was the breadbasket of the Roman Empire. He owned all of Egypt's wealth, which included the prolific grain harvests and a vast network of trade routes. To put it into perspective, his wealth was so immense that it was more than a fifth of the empire's economy, an astounding fortune that dwarfs the net worth of modern billionaires. Augustus Caesar, an emperor whose wealth was as vast as the Roman Empire. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the richest person in history, Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa, the king of Mali, reigned from 1317 to 1337. His kingdom was the largest producer of gold at the time, contributing to his staggering wealth. But it wasn't just gold that made him rich. It was his wise rulership and strategic trading. Perhaps the most famous aspect of his reign was his pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. An event so grand, it disrupted economies along his route. Accompanied by a procession of 60,000 men, each carrying gold bars and bags of gold dust, Mansa Musa left a trail of gold in his wake. Estimating his wealth in today's dollars is a Herculean task. Some historians suggest it was so vast it's essentially incalculable. But one thing is clear, it dwarfed the wealth of any modern billionaire. Mansa Musa, a king whose wealth was so immense it's beyond comprehension. And there you have it, the top 10 wealthiest individuals in history. From Genghis Khan to Mansa Musa, their fortunes, adjusted for today's dollars, are staggering reminders of wealth's long-standing influence. Join us again as we delve into the fascinating annals of history. Until then, keep exploring.